You want to lead in prayer, please?
Let us pray. Lord, thank you for the status. Thank you for bringing us together to conduct business for the citizens of the city of Cumberland, Lord. Lord, just be with us as we conduct business in an orderly fashion. Lord, just help us to make decisions that are best for the citizens of the city of Cumberland. Lord, I just speak blessings over the cities of Cumberland, Benham, and Lynch, Lord, and Harlan County, Lord. Lord, I just ask you to be with all the people that's going to be impacted with the upcoming weather to our south, Lord. Just keep people safe and in the warm, Lord. Lord, I just ask you to be with all those sick, Lord. I ask you to be with our fellow council member Leslie Bush as she's fighting off the floor, Lord. And Lord, I just thank you for bringing us here to this practice.
Amen. Bob, will you lead us?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Tracy Bailey was first on the agenda, but Robin said she'd call and something's came up. So I'll go ahead and answer one question that I'm sure everybody's gonna ask her, what about the decorations that are up? And she's hoping they'll get down this week. She's been having trouble, you know, the weather and like that, she's been having trouble getting them in places to put things. We thought we were gonna put them one place, and as it turned out, can't put it there, so. Anyway, she's hoping the weather goes out a bit this week. But anyway.
I know she's trying.
Yeah, I know everybody, she wanted you all about that.
Nature will cooperate.
First thing on the agenda is I'd like to appoint Gerri Rhinehart for 2 years to the Tri-City Main Street Board. She's graciously accepted if the board, if the council approves, so do I have a motion to?
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Gilliam.
Yes.
Gilliam. Yes. Jarvis.
Yes.
Raleigh.
Yes.
Raleigh. Yes. Dixon.
Yes.
Okay, and I'd like to appoint Bob Shoemaker also for 2 years to Tri-City Main Street Board. He's graciously accepted too, if council approves it.
I make a motion to appoint Bob Shoemaker for 2 years to the Tri-City Main Street.
I'll second it.
Gilliam. Yes.
Yes.
Gilliam. Jarvis.
Yes.
Raleigh.
Yes.
Raleigh. Yes. Dixon.
Yes.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is a motion and action to surplus the 2007 GMC blue truck. They have stripped it, they took the seats out, they took the, bumpers off, anything we could use on another truck, and fix Stanley's up. Plus we have some extra parts laying around, so.
The engine still runs, just the training's
Yeah. So I'd like to surplus that because we've got and it was not cost worthy to even attempt to fix it up, so it's a clunker, I guess you could say. Now especially since we stripped it.
I make a motion to surplus the 2007 GMC blue truck.
I'll second that.
David made the motion, Charles seconded.
Gilliam.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
Raleigh.
Yes.
Raleigh. Dixon.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, did everybody bring their personnel manual? This is one of the things that those are on the doors. We have 2 more buildings to go. Things like that, just simple things that we can do. But this is one of them. And what, does anybody have any questions on the things? Because 2/3 of this is the things that we already had discussed when we had the meeting the year before.
Yeah, I looked over everything. The only thing I had questions on was the assessment of the classification pay grades. We have like positions listed.
Mm-hmm.
We really probably shouldn't have some of those listed because they're not in the budget. But listing them like that, anybody can come in and actually fill that position. You know, we might not always be the council and the mayor sitting here, it might be, we've had it happen in the past where if it was in the book, they'd fill it whether we had the money to do it or not.
Really, if it's not in the budget, you can't have that position. These are positions that's been in the book ever since 2006.
But we've never had that lieutenant's position.
Well, the lieutenant, before it was assistant, police chief. And we just changed that, because that's what the other counties that were reviewed did. Now, take in mind that this manual is looked at and reviewed and scrutinized by the Cumberland Valley Ad Board, and it's not actually what you call code until we get that.
I don't think they can tell us how many positions to have in it. The rest of it, like I said, was, okay, I just worry about someone trying to fill those at any time. And in the past, we did have it happen. Because they would say it's in the
Well,
book.
see, here's what I'm saying, Charles, assistant police chief has always been in there, we've never had one.
Well,
And
it ain't-
we just
it ain't
changed it
just
to
a-
lieutenant.
It ain't just the police department, like, we've got, there'll be a total of 9 for the police department, and up here for the public works
Well, see,
department.
it still has dispatcher in there too, and we don't have one, but you leave that in there in case you ever need one.
But it has 0 actually, smart 0.
What page you on? Oh, there's no pages.
It didn't, I was looking for one, it didn't, have a police one. And then our, public works, it shows a total of, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11 positions. It might not always be us, and we could maybe, like on those pages, just have the type, the current positions we have, and the rest get 0 on. That way they can't fill it unless they come through the.
If you wanna put 0, leave the position, but put 0, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And not have it representing like it's available, because it currently isn't. We're barely getting by now.
That's on the lieutenant thing, is it lieutenant that you're talking about?
Well, I was going by all of them,
Okay.
like, the top 3, we do have a city clerk, assistant clerk, utilities clerk. But then when it comes down to, let's say, Main Street sanitation, public works, it's showing a supervisor and then, 4 skilled maintenance, sanitation 4, truck driver 1, which we do have. And then, as a truck driver, heavy duty CDL 1. What I was worried about, that's a total of 11 positions
Mhm.
there. We need to have just the number we have now, which I'm guessing is what,
I
5,
see
6?
what, yeah, we got 5 right now.
And just have.
I see what you're saying,
Have what we
yeah.
have and then put 0 on the others, that way, yes, the position's still in there, but it's, as long as it says 0, they have to
Yeah.
come through the council
Yeah.
before they can.
Yeah.
What does everybody else say?
I think the 0 will.
Okay, all right.
So which one we're gonna reduce?
All right, the public, we have a
You go
public
down and
works
put 0
supervisor,
there.
which is 1.
Which ones? Which ones are in the maintenance workers in high skill? We should reduce it down to what we have. right
What
now.
we have, yeah.
And so we got one supervisor, maintenance worker would be how many?
4.
4?
That's how many we do have currently.
We have 5.
the sanitation workers, we would have,
We don't have 4 of those.
No, we don't, but see, maintenance and sanitation's more or less together, so.
maybe 2 and 2.
One supervisor.
Yeah,
Have 2 and 2.
well, 2 and 2, okay.
Okay, 1, 2,
In place
and
of
2.
4 and 4, put 2 and 2,
You've got one CDL.
and we've got one CDL,
And the bottom one we don't have.
and the bottom we don't,
So that would be a 0.
the 0.
So, well, it's zero.
So
So that,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that
2,
sounds
4.
good, that's fine with me.
That is.
Just leave it, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah, leave the
So
position in
5
there.
workers and 1
I got
supervisor,
6.
6 people.
Yeah.
And then you can go to each department that way, like fill
Yeah,
what we do
that's-
have currently.
I guess keeps a watch over the future.
Yeah, it makes it to where we, if any council or
Well, actually, we
mayor.
need that truck driver position too, because, that is for the light trucks and stuff like that. Because
The one truck.
the light trucks, you know, the regular trucks and stuff like that. We actually have 2 CDL drivers, so we actually need 1 in there too.
So we just leave the truck driver, so that
But you
makes.
about have to have 2
Yeah.
CDL drivers in case one of them's off.
Yeah, because now we've done
So
that.
that would make just a total of 6.
Yeah, 6, so
11.
leave that 6, it don't necessarily mean you're gonna have 6, but you do need that.
So which one are you want us to pick?
Like the truck driver,
That's
instead
7,
of
ain't it?
0,
That's
put it
7.
1.
Okay, leave it at 1.
That looks like a total of 7.
2 in the maintenance, 2 in
That's
sanitation.
Instead
7
of
counting
11.
the supervisor, right?
Okay, 7.
It makes 7 positions rather than 11.
Yeah, yeah.
So in
So-
the police department, the lieutenant, we don't have a lieutenant. do we?
So we put 0
No,
there.
we don't have a lieutenant.
And then we got 1 chief, sergeant. How many patrol officers currently?
We've got 7 altogether, so that's 1, 2.
You need a legal position for recruit there though, if you go with that book, so.
Yeah, you gotta leave a room for a recruit, so
Okay,
you
let's
have to
say
change
1
that.
there.
So total of 9, that's counting chief.
And we only have how
We
many?
just got 7 right now, so.
7,
So that would be 7 officers and leaving 1
Leave a
position
recruit
for
just
recruit in
for-
case you ever hire.
Yeah, or something
Yeah,
happens,
we
you
need
have
to
to have.
recruit.
you have
So the
one.
police officer, where it says police officer, it says 5, so is that supposed to stay 5?
Yeah,
Yeah,
regular police
'cause
officer,
we've got
that's
5.
probably correct.
5, 1 sergeant, 1 chief, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now leave 1 for recruit.
So
and we
it's
need
total
1
of 8.
recruiting.
So that's 8 on that.
No, it's 7.
7.
It's 1, 0, 1, 5, 1.
So that's up to 8.
Yeah.
That's 8.
We have currently 7. That just leaves the recruit.
Just in case.
If
That's
a
just
academy
recruit.
train quits,
Yeah, then we gotta have
unless you
recruit.
hire an academy train, you're gonna have a recruit, until you train.
You really gotta do that with KLEC to have recruiting position, really, if you want to do
Okay,
KLEC.
then on the water supervisor, we have that. Who's our water plant operator?
That's,
Councilman Baker.
Wayne Barber, yeah.
So we do have that one. WPO, non-licensed, I have no
Yeah,
idea. what
That's a
that
water
is.
plant operator, I got Nick too. I'm trying to train all these guys.
So how many do we have?
How many have we got right now?
You got 1 supervisor.
How many people do we have
You got
overall in that?
We got 8 up there right now.
You got 3 licensed,
Yeah, like 3 licenses.
3 licensed, 1 supervisor.
General labor, I have 2.
There isn't anything, across from that distribution supervisor.
Well, that's, no, we'll put a 0 there.
So we're gonna keep that one here, so it's.
We're supposed to have 1.
Okay.
That's a certain kind of license, but we don't have.
Well, we can always come back and amend that.
Yeah.
If we get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Meter reader, part-time.
We have a part-time meter reader?
No, we don't have part-time now.
That's a 0.
Well, no, it should be a 1 because we put it in the budget, because we may get 1.
So we'll leave that at 9, those departments.
Yeah,
6, 7, 8, 9.
yeah, 9.
Okay.
Have you noticed the fire chief and the assistant fire chief have been changed to salary? The DES we have in there in case things change.
What is the DES?
Disaster
Mhm.
emergency, so
See, right now, the county's doing that, in case things change, you may have to go
At
hire
one
one
time,
in.
they talked about this, we
Yeah.
have to have our own.
But, right now, we don't have to because our county is.
So, we'll make that zero till we get one?
No, I just leave it one, because that way it leaves it open in case something comes up, you have to have one.
So we got a total of 31 employees, positions.
How many people we have?
We just had 23.
23?
Yeah.
See, that's what I was getting at, is we have 23, we have 31 positions available, then that means they can be filled. I mean, even though it ain't the budget, someone can come in and technically say it's in the books, I mean.
Well, like that one that.
Yeah, we had that to happen, didn't we?
That distribution supervisor, like that one, that's the one the state really requires we have.
Yeah.
We just ain't had nobody to have anybody with a license that wanted the position.
So currently, we have 23.
Well, actually, probably 25 including the two salary.
Well, yeah, I'm counting firemen.
That'd be 25.
And how many positions?
31 is what we kept working with so far.
Then the DES guy, don't have one.
Do we have a seasonal employee?
No, that's one that you hire in the summertime,
But we
yeah, and stuff like that.
wouldn't have all
Remember,
the
I
best.
hired one before. And he did some good work. We actually put him in, hired him full-time and put him up there in the.
If we got a total of 25, then where's the other
6.
6?
That would probably, or eventually be in the
We have
water and
one
sewer.
extra in the police department.
Then you have
That's
the
26.
DES is the extra,
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
27.
and probably your distribution supervisor, or did y'all leave it
Changed it
zero?
to 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It must be in the
We
water.
don't have the part-time either.
Yeah, we don't have the
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we don't have that.
It has to be within the water department.
And then the seasonal, did you have?
Oh, the extra driver. for
Yeah, the extra
maintenance.
driver,
But, so that would be, let's,
yeah.
It's 29. Still got 2 more.
Probably two, I have two in water and sewer,
Yeah, it's somewhere in your water and sewer.
the non-licensed people. WPO and
The reason I'm stressed so harshly on it is we have to make sure that nothing happens in the future, and with the, I know we're extracting money now, we wanna make sure we can always keep paying it. Is this the only part of the manual that we're gonna have to update, or we're gonna have to?
This is the whole manual. This is not the whole manual, but this is the things that we talked about when we had that meeting. This is everything. I went through it page for page on where we had said and done. You remember, you were here, Yvonne. And
This
that's
is
the
the
reason I
only one
gave it
I
to you
heard.
with the things underlined.
This is the only one I don't remember going over.
Yeah.
when I
Now,
saw it.
however, on the, one job descriptions, that's the ones that I told you all that I had actually talked to the employees, and also looked at other manuals, had the Cumberland Valley Ad Board to send me some, and we took that information and updated them to where it's more generalized. It tells what they do instead of too wide span. It kind of gives them some qualifications, so that's the only thing that I worked on, that I want y'all to review or according to what y'all already had.
So the
I think you'll find there a whole lot.
The rest of the manual stayed the same for now?
Yeah, the rest of the manual was the same, these are the only pages. But you don't actually approve. What this does tonight is it gets it ready to send it to, Ad Board, and then they review it. And then they'll get it back to us, and then we look at it and we'll approve it or disapprove it. If you have any changes, then you still make them. It's still
So
not set in
it's not
stone.
approving it tonight, it's just giving you permission.
Give you permission saying, this is okay, this is acceptable, let's send it to the Ad
So
Board.
can we get, can you get this updated, this page? Can you get this page updated, for the next meeting, so we'll have a copy?
Yeah.
So we
But
see what-
meanwhile, we'll correct it and go ahead and send it if that's all right.
One of the things that I found, which I feel like maybe needs to be addressed, is on the police chief and the lieutenant job description, which is 46, 47, 48. And I'm gonna speak on the sergeant position. It has at least 6 years of experience in police work for police chief and at least 5 years for the lieutenant, but it just says completion of a program for a sergeant. Should we add some type of years of experience on the sergeant description?
Wayne,
I don't think it did in that old manual, but really, they, you can come up with a number, but there probably is a number there, I'm not.
I had just jotted down 3 to 5 years experience. I seen that on those other two, and I thought the other one had to, but maybe it
It
did.
may have, but I don't.
What is it under chief's 3 to 5 years?
The
well,
chief
no,
is
actually,
six.
because we didn't change anything.
No, we didn't change.
All we did was add what?
The chief was 6 years and the lieutenant was 5 years, so I would think 3 years.
On the sergeant.
Yeah,
For sergeant, yeah, at least 3 years.
Well, I'm trying to what, I can't think.
48.
48. Yeah, it's page 48, well, it's got a number 48 on it.
Yeah, now those are actually supposed to be page numbers. If you found one.
That's all I would add in there, I agree with that, put 3 years.
3 years, you think? Wayne?
Yeah, for a sergeant, yeah, you need at least a little experience on your back.
Let's see, where's that at? Whereabouts, tell me what paragraph?
Acceptable experience in training, completion.
Completion of standard high
School
school.
diploma, then, let's see, yeah, then completion of standard high school curriculum and 3 years experience.
See, a lot of that you can't, KLC overrides this, so you, be really a sergeant, you gotta go through so much school to be a sergeant. Then you have it, so you just can't bring somebody and make a sergeant out of it, KLC won't bring.
That's one
If you
reason.
don't get you incentive, is if
Yeah.
you do, if you break the rules, they'll tell you right quick.
Well, see, yeah, that's one reason we kinda left it blank, is cause it's got, they've got their own qualifications that the
That's
police
set
have to
up by
have.
state standards.
We probably just don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
there's
KRS.
a big statute thing on it, but if it's not KREC approved, you won't fly anyway, so that's
Yeah.
we run into that, so we're gonna KREC how
So
good.
this will go to the ad board and then you'll bring it back to us to approve.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when after they approve it, they
Then
look
we'll
at it
give
and
us a chance to
make any changes they need to change. And you'll notice like on the pay grade and stuff like that, the only thing that they ask me send them is what they actually make now, and then they'll do this. They've got all the information, how they do it. I never put anybody to send me just actually how to do it. They said they do it down there, so.
So basically, it's just a summary for them to look at.
Yeah, so you wanna leave that 3 years out then, since it's,
I mean, it don't matter. I put it in.
I would put it
I
in.
just for,
Yeah.
general purposes.
Yeah. For city, for our purpose.
Yeah.
how about in 3-year minimum
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah.
Because you got requirements on the other two.
I'm sure there is one, we probably just don't know what.
I don't know.
But that 3 years
It's either
give
3
us
or
some
5.
leeway.
It'll probably be either 3 or 5, but they'll catch it.
Okay. High school, completion of a standard high school curriculum and a minimum of 3 years experience. Okay. Alright, and that's on police sergeant.
One other question, on page 25, about, vacation. I noticed on 26, it has the assistant clerk keeps a record of sick leave, and it has the city clerk keeps vacation leave. Is that correct? Or does the assistant clerk keep vacation leave? So on G, should that be the assistant? Yeah. Paragraph G, the city clerk shall keep a complete record, shall be the assistant.
Well, I don't know. Assistant. Good job, or David, you read that, didn't you? Okay. Yeah, 'cause she does payroll. You could saw her job description, we actually added that she actually did that in this one instead of.
I did notice that we added that city clerk's answer telephone.
So does anybody have anything else they want to discuss about? Or is everybody, anything you want to change or?
Probably
Before
not
we
at this
get
time, I
into,
guess.
let me finish all this up, it kind of relates relates to it a little bit. Does Chris have someone that helps him on his paperwork up there? Or does he do it all by himself?
What do you mean?
When he has to turn his reports in for the state,
Chris turns me in.
all by himself, he didn't have anybody, don't have a check system that two people working on it?
Well, he's got guys that are qualified but are not as high a level as he is. Chris is the highest one that's rated, he's a supervisor, but we're sending other boys to be trained, they help him. But as far as the reports, Chris is actually responsible because he's supervisor of the sewer and the water.
So he's solely responsible for all the paperwork that's gonna go into the state. We did notice that there's gonna be a lot. Okay, that's all we can do.
Well, there, a lot of that they're doing already, the DMRs and stuff, those are electronic. And he just sits down on the
Yeah, Gerri
computer,
Duncan
does it.
does.
And Gerri does, he does the sewer plan.
Uh-huh.
See, Gary's qualified for the sewer plan. All right.
So when they look this over,
Then you get
we'll have the
a
final
copy of
say.
the manual, and then you review it, and then we'll discuss it. If you don't approve of something the way it's in there, then you
Change it.
tell them, then you change it. But this is not approved, this is just approving it for me to see it.
And it might be 2 months.
It might be 2 months, because she said there's a lot of people right now that are redoing their manuals where they're behind. So.
I make a motion to approve, to send it to the ag board now.
Second.
Well, it doesn't have the. Does y'all's agenda have this,
Yeah.
on?
No, you skipped it out.
Well, mine, I guess. Tracy wasn't here, it just messed me up.
We'll go back and do that.
I know what you do those later.
Tracy messed me up,
It's not
and I
big.
got started. All right, let's back up.
Yeah.
Should we take a
Approval of
vote?
minutes. Well, no, you don't really need a vote on that, I wouldn't think.
You know?
Well, we could take a vote, go ahead, take a vote, saying,
I mean,
yeah, it's
you
okay
can
to
do it
send us
however you want to.
manually. That's fine, that's a good idea. We'll do it.
Just sure we make the,
Somebody wanna make a motion to
Correct.
send this
We need-
manually?
Right out
I do.
there.
Back to say,
Yeah, Charles made the motion, to send it off the back for David seconded. Gilliam?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Jarvis?
Yes.
Raleigh?
yes.
Ross? And Dixon.
Yes.
Thought you was here to bail.
Okay, next on the agenda is approval of minutes for January 14, 2014. And everybody got a copy of their corrected copies of the special one that you wanted corrected? Did everybody get that? Okay, what's underlined is what y'all requested to be changed, so that's done. Anybody have any remarks about the minutes for that date? If not, do I hear a motion for approval or disapproval, please?
Make a motion for Teresa.
No second.
Yes.
Gilliam?
Yes.
Jarvis?
Yes.
Raleigh?
Yes.
Raleigh?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been.
Well, I got to have a reason, see why I went right on.
I can understand.
All right, treasurer's report.
We paid the fire department
is where people are gonna build something and they come in and they have to apply for it and they
I
pay
think it's
that
close to
fee.
his house, though.
Yeah,
Some paper record.
So it's just giving somebody permission.
yeah, it's
to
good
build.
permission. It's a fee that we collect for that.
I think he's gonna know
I was wanting to know what it was for.
what it was for.
Well,
Does it designate on the permit?
Yeah,
yeah,
Like a
You
condition,
can-
a rule?
she'll tell you after the council meeting,
the building,
And who approved it?
John Dixon.
John Dixon.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one over here?
Yeah, he,
No,
John.
I'm thinking it's
Yeah.
close to his house,
yeah, John Dixon comes and he inspects them and
somewhere right down there.
fills out the paperwork.
So we're making sure we're
and
not just adding on
I might be on the wrong side of the,
pulling a trailer in
Might be on
and
this
attaching it to a
Yeah,
house.
yes.
I guess that's what,
do you have a
you're
copy
getting
of
at.
that?
Nobody can build on that because it belongs to the state.
Let me look and see, I might be wrong, might be on the other end.
We have to always watch.
Yeah, after the meeting, she'll look at it.
I can look, because it's in here, we have a copy of it.
Yeah.
Anything in the flood zone, we can't.
It's
build.
probably on the other end of your road.
I bet it is.
Just, still need to make sure anything's not in the flood zone. We had that.
They're changing the flood zones right now, because I've been going to meetings and they have finalized all that stuff.
They're basically done with all they wanna do. They're just, it's a matter of relinquishing properties.
No,
belong to the
what I'm
city.
talking about is FEMA is actually doing mapping and changing like zoning laws. They're changing some
So
of
they
that.
won't restrict people and may restrict people.
Yeah, yeah, so it's not finalized yet, it's in the planning stage, they've sent me a book about like this.
Okay. Let's see.
But that's what that is, that's a fee we collected for
It's not
somebody.
down there,
Huh?
it's not down there, I was wrong.
Isn't it?
Yeah, the guy that that's doing it lives down that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's not down there.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, but he's on a first.
We have the, let's see, dolls, lease coats. How long we had those? Did we,
We had we had an issue with them.
What was it?
yeah, well, some of them said that the collars were wrong and backwards, but they weren't, as we found out, so we paid for them after we found out it's all right.
Are they
Not
back?
the collars. It
They
was,
said they're
it
not.
was the hood, but they said no, they're not.
I looked at one of them, I mean, it's totally different and it soaks up the water, but keeps the water from going.
In,
That's why we
It
had to
should
pay
be
for them.
reversed.
yeah. Well, we paid for them because they said that's the way it's supposed to be, and then somebody else had owned them, some of them said they were fine. Then somebody else said they wore them and get wet at all. So we ended up paying for them.
Is that Scott Rose?
It's,
We got seven.
Oxygen savings.
How much overtime in an average did we pay this pay period?
This pay period?
This, monthly thing, that was, this payroll here, looking at the water and our maintenance, and although they had some overtime, but it really looks high. How much overtime
I
have we
think
paid?
84 hours last payday, and 100, around 100. Right around that time
151
before.
hours.
151 hours. That's for the whole month,
No, that was payday.
one payday. When are we gonna get our breakdown, our spreadsheet that we have? Do y'all,
We can give you one.
we
need
really
to
need to
go down
get
so we can
those
keep
to
track
see,
of the budget.
yeah, to see where, on that overtime and everything, keeping that down.
We can get you one for that.
Kentucky Utilities, I had a big question on that. How in the world do we have maintenance department, $3,900?
Street lights, street lights.
That's street lights too.
Why does it show up like that? Shouldn't we have one like for the maintenance building, one for street lights?
I wanna make sure y'all read these.
Oh, I read it. If I got electric bill, like that, I'll have a heart attack.
We'll make a
Yeah.
note there, Rich, you know it's the street lights.
Yeah, beside it.
But, well, the maintenance building itself, is it in the police department?
Actually, to be honest with you, that's one deal.
Okay, it's one
When you
deal.
look at the police, that covers the maintenance building,
They're
the
connected.
fire truck, and the police department. That's that one.
That would help on the smart street lights.
We will.
Don't that look weird when you see it? You think that we spent that much on one building?
Don't feel bad, when I was reviewing this, I said the same thing. I said, whoa.
Try-
Streetlights, I said, oh, yeah.
That Tri-City towing $90 maintenance, what was that on?
I couldn't specifically tell you, but it's on cars. I could not just pull the bill right now and tell you, Robin.
That's
might be
probably
able-
on the salt truck.
Yeah, it's been working on the dump truck's running now, police cars,
Is
had to
it-
have, rotors and stuff like that.
Is it by the hour we pay?
No, it's per job.
Per job?
Yeah.
I noticed Jonathan Lee Turner, we paid him $1,000 for 2 5 members, that's 2 months.
That's
We
2 months.
just paid them.
And again, on the payroll here, we're seeing the water and sewer, two different things over here, almost $30,000. And then over here, of course, on this payroll, one payroll sheet, it's real confusing. This is $14,059.20.
And it's over on the next.
And then we
page.
got $30,000 for payroll. We really need to look at a breakdown of this payroll with this.
We can get you one turned down.
So,
We get it for a quarter, 6 months, how far
Oh,
are
I
you
thought
on?
you was asking for a quarter.
Just
Oh, yeah, one day.
Our Windstream bill,
probably a
for
quarter
phone
would be
bills,
about the same.
how come we wait and pay it, how come we wait and pay it 2 months rather than pay them by month?
Well,
And
that's
I
how
would
the
know,
dispatch
it's
is
harder to
doing.
come up with, like, for 2 months.
No, if
One
you got
time?
it, you gotta. wait till you
Sometimes
get it.
we base a lot of that on like when we get a property tax money coming in. We try to pay
Do they
them.
penalize us for paying
No.
lane?
Have we looked into trying to cut down some of the windstream costs?
Yes.
That big bulk of that has to do with some kind of a loop, or one of it has to do with the pumping station over at Pride Terrace.
But does it actually work?
Yeah. It turns that off so it don't mess up somewhere or another, it runs through phone lines. And then the police department has like a 15-mile loop or something it's called on the bill. And it has something to do with the radio system.
Yeah.
'Cause we
Just
talked
our
about it.
internet
we called
system,
about
how
it.
much does the internet cost the city for all the offices?
Probably, like, the police department itself, their bill runs about $700 a month.
For
But
internet?
$500 of that has to do with that looping system, something about, because of
Something
the
about,
radios.
yeah, and the way they hook in and stuff, see, they,
Peak up here on the mountain,
yeah.
so there's not really anything you can do.
So, this-
Well, what is
this-
that
that was
tri-state
my real-
electronics
that-
dispatching overheads, what is that?
That's that,
We give them a,
Yeah.
Carolyn Johnson, he's the guy that we have to pay a monthly service fee to, which I think we've got him paid off now.
The,
He just really.
I noticed on the chemicals here, we got 3 different companies for chemicals. We used to just have like one company that take care of all that.
Well, you've got one man that has 2 companies, that supplies different things now. It's Hendrickson and who is that,
That ADC.
ADC.
There's 3, there's ADC,
Him and Hendrickson's the same person.
and then there's Thornburg Chemicals.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can talk to
No.
one of these guys and get this cost cut down or something? I mean,
No, this
maybe
is
one
different
company?
chemicals that you have to have from different companies. One company doesn't necessarily carry all the chemicals.
So we got one man using, that owns 2 companies selling us this chemical. Shouldn't he have, I mean, if he's got 2 companies, why don't one, he can sell them out of one
Well,
company?
because, the one company is, he just buys from them and pays them back. He brings us the chemicals. That's what he does. He gets the chemicals from them.
USA Blue Book, what is that again?
That's,
all,
yeah,
like
parts
they
for
buy
water plant stuff,
Water sewer plant.
connections and all that.
So there's $1,100.
And,
About a little.
meters, water meters, $70 a piece.
I did too, it's on here a couple times.
What?
USA Blue Book.
Yeah. all through the water and sewer plant. That's the only thing bought from there.
So it's
What
part.
is that payment?
Yeah, they have all, and you can get them like 2 days, that cost you anything extra, and that's basically what the dollars used for. All the graphs and that kind of stuff they have in the sewer plant, like there.
And we did find out that they're gonna start selling phones too.
So we buy parts from these people and then we also buy homeowners hardware?
That's different parts.
Okay.
Parts you buy from homeowners are things in parts like for,
Fittings,
yeah,
pipes.
things like that, but
That's-
now,
that's-
for your, specialized stuff, you gotta go through Blue Book. That's
For
water and
plants.
sewer, yeah, for plants, motors and things like that.
Like Gerri Duncan, we had to order every year's supply of a certain kind of a pen and graph sheets, and it's almost $500, but it's for a year.
Yeah. Because that's what his equipment uses, and that's what you gotta have.
What is the Appalachian State testing?
That's where they send off their, they do the testing of the water, and they come and pick it up and have to do it. We have to pay them to test it and send us the reports, and then we send them into the state. Chris does.
So they test them.
And if we're
Whatever
bad-
time he takes samples, they save them, we save them, and give them to them, and they can pick up.
They come, and you get them the day that they come.
And if they're bad, they send them into the state.
We ain't had none of that.
No, but that's, they did, you know, that's a,
That's their
you
job.
have to use them, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those states ain't connected with the state real close.
The Colonial Life insurance that shows up on water and sewer, do we not have anybody take that out through the police or the administration department?
Some,